Hey guys, today I'm super excited to talk to you about Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire. Now, this is a Part 1. It's very clearly a Part 1. It ends on a cliffhanger where you're sure something insane is going to happen, and it's really going to all culminate in the next film in Part 2. But Zack Snyder does not just make a 2-hour and 15-minute movie with build-up. There is a lot of action in here as well, and it's really good action. I mean, we can all agree that Zack Snyder knows how to do an action sequence. He knows how to deliver that to his fans, and, well, he certainly doesn't miss with the several that he squeezes into Part 1. We have those epic slowdown moments, which are some of my favorite. You know, slow down and speed up. And he does it so well, and the cinematography is so good for the most part for a lot of these action sequences. The visuals, for the most part, also are great. There's a few misses, and it's mostly when it has to do with animals, which I think is just something that's kind of that way across the board. I see that a lot in films. Usually when there is some issue with CGI and something looks a little weird, it's usually because there's some kind of animal involved that they've just created out of thin air, or, you know, put on top of like green screen animal things like stuffed animals or whatever. So that's kind of the main points that it misses at. But let me tell you that the visuals just in general are so pretty, because I love a sci-fi movie, and this is 100% sci-fi. We're creating this entire sci-fi universe. You're learning about this war that's been going on for years and years and years and years. And you're getting this epic backstory of the main character, who's so badass, by the way. I absolutely adore her. You find out her background slowly as the film goes on, and it's not at all what I expected, and I was totally here for it. I think she's fantastic, and I loved watching her in action. But the rest of her team, listen, I love them, don't get me wrong. It's very exciting. I just feel like you don't know enough about these people, and hopefully we're going to learn a little bit more about them in Part 2, which I think makes sense. They do have some kind of big moment that I think is supposed to feel emotional, but unfortunately I wasn't connected enough at the time for it to feel emotional, but I still was like into the movie, don't get me wrong. It was just like, I feel like that was a moment that was supposed to evoke a lot of emotion, and I was kind of like, okay, you know? But really, as far as the visuals go, especially when they're on the planets, it's insane. There's some great, like, the skies look so good, the ships look so good. A lot of the fight sequences look absolutely incredible. And the story is very intriguing. It's very interesting. I'm very interested to see where things go. Ed Skrein, I believe is how you pronounce his name, is, listen, we know he plays a good villain. We've seen him do that before. Like, look at Deadpool, and he's good. He's really good. But he is absolutely terrifying in this movie. There are some facial expressions this man makes. I'm like, I do not ever want to go near you again. You are a very scary person. And I've met him before, and he's very nice. But it's like, man, he's absolutely terrifying. And I love a good villain. So you know I was all into him in this movie. So it's about 2 hours and 15 minutes, I believe, with the credits. And like I said, it does end on a massive cliffhanger. So we knew it was Part 1. We know we're getting a Part 2. And this is very much a setup for what is to come. But they do a lot of world building. Not enough character building. I think with the main characters we get that. But there's a few people that come in and join the team as it goes on. I mean, you just don't get enough from them to, like, they very briefly, you know what I mean, like gloss over like what their past is. And it's very brief and it's very quick. And I'm just hoping we kind of build on that in Part 2. And I think we will, because we're going to have to care about these characters. But I'll tell you what, I care about the main characters. I guess that's the most important thing. I think all the acting was great. I love a lot of the visuals. Like I said, I keep going back to the visuals, but it's so pretty. And I really am interested in the story. It's hard to completely review the whole story, because obviously we don't have the whole entire second half of the story. But what we've gotten so far, very good. Very interested in where it goes. There's a twist. Two, technically. A couple of twists that I did not see coming. I was completely surprised, and I really enjoyed those. Kind of put me on the edge of my seat. But really, this just has me looking forward to the next part. Zack Snyder knows how to deliver beautiful films, and that is exactly what he has done with Rebel Moon. I'm invested in this world. Like, I know we're getting a Part 2, and I'm pretty sure I've read stuff about Zack Snyder saying he wants to build like a whole world surrounding this. And like, give me all the films, because I feel like there's so many different things to explore because this war has been going on for so many years. We could go back and do like prequel stuff. We can do side stories from other characters, maybe see, you know, obviously there's more than just these characters fighting. It's an entire war between all these planets. It's insane. And I just really, I love sci-fi, so I was in. And I think Zack Snyder is very, very brilliant. I think he's a very talented director. So yeah, that's my thoughts. You guys let me know if you're excited for Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire, down below in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. Follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and you guys can check me out at MamasGeeky.com. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.